Hello and welcome to the Bel-E Scratch podcast. I am your host, Bel-E.
And I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, I don't know, we didn't discuss the topic before coming in here, so just going in hot. You want to use this to fidget?
What? Fidget?
Yeah.
Fidget?
Yeah,
Sure.
do that.
Yeah.
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 Because I already have this little jar that
Oh, that's cool. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, we could talk about the war of Russian aggression.
Yeah, I guess we could. I guess we could also talk about the fact that there are. Here's the thing. You know how you read in history books how
Right.
there's like a war / conflict / whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, whatever
and
it was.
there's like there's like military A, which has all the men, all the guns, all the technology at the time. Then you have Army B, which is like 500 500 actually military trained people, 15 random folk that just stumbled across the battlefield, and then you got Fred, and somehow military B still wins. You know what I mean?
Right. Fred has a sharp stick.
Yeah, Fred's got a stick. He rides into the
I don't
battlefield
know.
on his steer.
I don't know, man.
But here's the thing.
I have to say.
We are watching that happen in real time.
In real time.
I'm not joking, because you always look at those conflicts where, one force is severely outmanned, outgunned, out-whatevered, but they still win. And you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
It's usually because, first of all,
yes.
Army B usually extracts a heavy toll while being messed with, because usually Group B is fighting on their home turf.
Sure, I get it.
Okay.
That might be what we're
the Great Civil War of the 19th century in North America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I understand there are incidents that initiate combat. However, let's figure out where the battle is being fought.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
The reason,
so these people are, and it's my understanding that, these individuals in eastern Ukraine,
yes,
have been under the gun, so to speak, for quite some time.
Probably decades.
At least a half a generation.
At least half a generation.
Half a generation.
Yeah.
Probably a generation, but at least half a generation.
Indeed.
So, they're kind of like...
they're used to it.
They're kind of like some neighbors that we have in this area.
Yeah.
Who were just locked and loaded, waiting for the wrong person to show up on their porch, And I don't mean to be glib about it. Death is death. And
sure.
I've seen
but
tons
that's
of
just
it.
the situation at hand.
But that's the situation at hand.
There's just a number of people who were just waiting for that final line to get crossed.
Well, I do monitor a lot of and this is just my base wiring. I don't know how to measure it any other way. I've always been a follower of current events. And
yeah, I'm on the unless it's something just shattering, like what's happening over there. It's like, oh God, I can't ignore that.
But all of a sudden, this guy who is the number one dude that speaks Russian. For many years he was very menacing
or at least tried to get menacing.
Yeah. I don't think he had to try, honestly.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Number one, but just to kind of finish my thought of what I was trying to start out with the Ukrainians and whatnot.
Yeah.
I have seen TikTok videos of fucking Ukrainian farmers in their equivalent of John Deere tractors, whatever their equivalent of John Deere is,
Right.
hitch up their tractors that they use to make wheat in their fields to basically Russian howitzers and carry them away from the battlefield.
What?
There are videos, if you obviously
where they had fought down a division of Russian soldiers and came in and took their heavy artillery with a tractor?
They basically, for sometimes, for whatever reason, the Russian army just leaves all of their artillery shit, like, by itself with minimal to no guards, and the fucking farmers of Ukraine just come in with their Eastern European John Deere tractors and steal that shit like it's GTA. And I'm like, God damn it! That's why I say, like, Sukabliet!
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from people who are involved in being a professional soldier. However, if you are dealing with individuals who
don't fuck with the farmers,
the farmers who get up early every morning and they do it because they have to, or they do it because they must love it.
They have to.
They have to. And you get up because someone tells you to. They might just beat your ass.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Look, they're the superior morning person. I'm just telling you. And that's kind of what I've been seeing online is stupid shit like that. You know, where it's like, this is ridiculous. But no, back to current administrator of the Russian people.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know how. I know he is the former head assassin for the former Secret Service of the Russian institution.
Right.
I get it.
I don't know if he was the top one. I know he was one.
He was at least in the top 5. He was up there.
I would imagine he was.
So that's just who he is. I just can't help but go, okay, so we have this guy who was basically, like, probably in the top 5, if not top 10 people of the former Secret Service of the Russian institution way back when.
Right.
Let's just say that.
Sure.
And he spent, in office, he spent the past 20 or so years having all of these weird glamour shoots, him shirtless riding on the back of a fucking horse, turning himself into a meme. Basically, I describe it as trying to Mussolini himself up.
Mussolini.
Because seriously, I remember back in college, back in the history class.
Well, I would imagine if you're a world leader and you get caught shirtless on the back of a horse, there's definitely some premeditation.
No, it is. It's very very scripted.
What's the excuse? I was riding to the outhouse.
No, it's definitely a glamour shot. Because in my college history classes, I remember seeing part of the class when we eventually got to World War II, which was inevitable. Let's face it.
Should be.
And there was the teacher managed to show us not like a collection he had, but basically a documentary that had gotten footage of the dictator Mussolini of Italy.
Right.
Old black and white footage. Some of it was colorized, some of it wasn't. Of basically Mussolini doing the exact same thing, trying to puff himself up, make him look like the peak of Italian masculinity. If there was like,
well, I mean, it's obviously easy to throw part of masculinity in there. However, that type of strength show is a strength show.
Oh, I know it is.
Okay, and,
yeah,
and however the person,
it's propaganda.
I mean, there would be different ways.
Sure.
That say a woman would demonstrate that type of power. It wouldn't be shirtless on the back of a horse.
No, that's kind of
assure you.
I try not to use this term often. That's kind of male gazy.
male gazy.
Yeah, that's now starting to become an established term.
I mean,
I'm trying
that's
to
like
figure out
saying,
what the fuck does that actually mean.
see, these types of attributes that people get hung up on.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck does that mean, you know?
It doesn't mean anything, honestly, truly. I don't think it means anything more complex than somebody who's a very tall person who hits their head on the door frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, the way you were made and the way you arrived here, and that's the way your interaction with things is expressed.
Sure.
And I don't think, honestly, gender has anything to do about it. It's that whole conversations I've had over the years, obviously working in a female-dominated profession such as nursing, which has always been at least 90% female and always will be for reasons that would take another podcast to talk about, in my opinion. But anyway, people in position of power are people in a position of power.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't change anything.
They are working in their own interest.
Yeah.
They are projecting things that are strictly for their own specific empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And those types of displays vary depending on who the individual is. And to say that one is inherently better or worse,
I'm not saying one's better.
No, I know
worse.
you're not. I'm just saying, that's what history has obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That whole. I used to have many conversations regarding the whole. The world. Men create wars, and the world would be better if it was ran by women. Power is power.
Here's the thing.
What corrupts people is what corrupts.
Here's the thing. I think.
Kind of gender.
I think ultimately. What people are talking about what I mentioned earlier about the male gaze versus the female gaze. What I think ultimately they're just talking about is a matter of perspective, obviously.
Sure, and as long as people understand that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
what I mean by that is, they say, yes, men do make war because, hey, guess what? They just happen to be better at it than me.
That style of war, where it's basically,
dudes fighting dudes
standing in a muddy field.
You got swords and guns and shields and shit. And there's explosions, not to be glib about war.
Beer.
Yeah, not to be glib about war.
No,
but that's
that's how
the guys conduct war.
But all the, what's so interesting about and I find this extremely intriguing. The whole cloak and dagger spy type thing.
Yeah.
Man, that's
a chick thing.
That's a chick thing.
No, I know.
That's a chick thing.
No, I'm aware of that.
So.
No, there's a reason.
I don't care how
No, there's a reason why in Game of Thrones, for some reason, I don't know why this line stuck with me, and I don't know who is the one that said it. It may have been Tyrion, but I don't 100% remember.
Right.
Somebody in like the first 1 to 2 seasons of Game of Thrones had said, poison is a woman's weapon.
Poison is a woman's weapon.
And that's kind of a good summary of how if women ran the war, like instead of a patriarchy, it was the matriarchy, that is probably what would happen.
Yeah.
Ultimately. It's, I don't believe in this whole thing of femininity is better than masculinity. It's just different. It's how you conduct yourself.
Right.
I
mean, it's society that
has warped one versus the other.
Right. They've created those, tainted definitions, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I understand where it comes from.
Sure.
But, if you're not allowed to demonize an entire group based on the actions of a few in any circumstance.
Sure.
Then that applies here as well.
Indeed.
So
whatever.
So whatever. I mean, I understand this individual is endearing himself to his population based on their history. Their frame of reference. Absolutely.
But here's what gets me.
He's got to have a sword in his hand sooner or later.
No, I get it. But here's the thing. What gets me is the fact that the current administrator of the Russian institution is, he spent like good couple of years basically trying to garner himself good PR, these glamour shots,
with his own people.
With his own people.
Yeah.
And the current administrator of Ukraine, in just one decision, say, basically the U.S. tried to get in there and say, come on, we're escorting all the politicians and leader out of the country. And he said, no, I'm not going. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
In that one decision...
He can't function anywhere else.
Exactly. And in that one decision, he basically became the idealized leader of his country that the current administrator was trying to shoot for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just by saying, no, my place is here. And it's like, oh, well, that's just hilarious.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well,
People be thirsty.
People be thirsty.
That might be the title episode.
I'm very curious about, I honestly and truly, I've kind of had to turn away from it.
How so?
Well, honestly, it's going to be, I like to read news media.
Good for you.
And
that's not for me.
You can't help being a reader of news media as I am. You can't help but see how things are spun from both sides.
Sure.
If you read both sides, and I try to.
Yeah.
I try to. Or I try to understand both sides. But now, basically.
What if they kind of done away with
whatever decision the current administration makes based on their foreign policy in this matter, I am not pro or con on. But what I am saying is they're not going to do nothing. And I mean nothing unless Russia places one boot on Polish soil.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, unless that happens...
North America's not getting pulled in?
North America, in my opinion, is not... And I mean, I can only read so many articles about the same thing.
Sure.
I can only read so many articles about one politician virtue signaling and giving, whatever, hey, so-and-so released a statement. So what? It's the same thing somebody else said. No one cares. Okay, same thing somebody said a couple of weeks ago.
Same thing's going to be said a couple of weeks from now.
And they've already jumped on, and I think it was said it last week or the week before last when they were going to take whatever the issue was and they were going to try to attach that to the problems that are taking place here in North America. Sure enough, it happened. Mm-hmm. They are now blaming the current increase in energy costs here in North America on the situation going on in Eastern Europe, and I said, we talked about it. We said that's going to happen. So here we are. Did it a couple of days ago. That's our business.
But here's the thing: this all can't be just purely traced back to what's going on in Eastern Europe.
No, because
not 100%.
No, because it started 2 years ago.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, we're just catching up.
If you can connect what is taking place right now to the current administration's, in my opinion, failure to get our domestic policy under control, then
it's
2 years ago when it started to kick off, how come they didn't know that this was coming?
Indeed.
If you're going to attach the two, then you had to have prior knowledge, and you had to know that was going to. No, that's all BS. And
no, it
know
isn't. Honestly and truly, I think it would probably save face if they were just to go like, "Hey, look, we're flying by the seat of our pants," instead of just going, "Yeah, we knew 10 years ahead of time stuff like this would happen. We just didn't want to say anything."
Well, I mean,
because we have no business to. And
you even got prominent news people, okay, that are parroting the the party lines talking points, and it's like
my disdain is palpable. Fuck's sake.
It's like, really? Okay.
God, I so don't care.
Somebody, there's people, people years ago said this individual was bought and paid for, and
now all of a sudden
it's like, whoa, okay, well,
okay.
I guess you are.
Motherfucker.
So.
It's actually kind of sad how...
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I know President Blue, let's just, Uncle Joe, whatever the fuck you want to call him, his nickname.
Sure.
Look, we all know that they're a figurehead. They're in like their late 80s, early 90s. They're probably contracting Alzheimer's and or dementia. It's as plain as day, and if you disagree, then I don't know what to do with you other than to send you to ophthalmologist?
Yeah, I got peers in the medical profession that obviously understand what they're looking at, but they just want to like, man.
And that's a fucked up thing, because you, as an actual doer / knower of medical personnel, here's the thing. I've been explaining something to one of my clients the other day. Because of your experience as an ER nurse for 20 plus years, you know when someone, well, I say crazy, but you know when someone's not firing on all cylinders upstairs.
Yeah.
You can almost sense it, how they speak and walk. You just turn your head so much it snaps your neck. You just immediately hone in on it.
Yeah.
Because you've had to do it over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's a simple behavior.
Exactly.
It's little ticks, little bits that pop out.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was explaining to her. It's slightly, it's very off topic, but that's kind of what I was telling her.
Yeah.
So imagine a legion of people like you who know what to look for, who understand what certain tics and behavioral signs mean. When President Blue started talking, and all of them, did the same thing. They turn and look and go, "Oh shit!" So we know
it's either that or, the best case scenario is, and I'll give the guy his due, okay, because it happens to the best of us, okay. The best case scenario is he's got so much on his plate, he can't keep it all straight, and I'm willing to give him. I'm willing to give him that.
Yeah, I'm willing to give him that,
because I don't care if he's 112 or he's 47.
Yeah.
He's got too much on his plate. Yeah. I get it. Okay, what's going on in the world?
Yeah, honestly, okay. The only benefit of the doubt I do allow President Blue is the fact that it wouldn't matter his age or his status.
No.
He got elected during the pandemic.
Right.
The panorama, the panini.
He had to come in and...
that is not something
I think he made some very bad decisions on his first day when he completely decapitated... policies that were working prior to his election,
just because the orange man put him in place. That is
to me, that's not wisdom.
No,
okay,
that's one of the things. Here's the thing: what they could have done was say, "Hey," they kind of. Oh God, I'm about to. I'm definitely sober today. Today. Don't tell my clients, but no, here's the thing. What they could have done was say, hey, we're going to retire the orange man's policies.
Right.
And then like a week later, we're going to go, here are these new improved policies, which are literally just the previous policies, but like they added one thing and they made it blue and let it run.
Put a bow on it.
You know, change the gift wrapper on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually what they do.
Re-sign the gift card.
I'll tell you something.
But no. They just got rid of all of it. It's like, what the fuck, man?
I'm going to tell you something.
Gas is almost $6 a gallon because you're too stupid to not do what a common non-political person would do in your situation. Go fuck yourself.
Two really important decisions were made by two different previous presidents. Bill Clinton in 1994 and Barack Obama in 2010 started out very left to center, based on what the constituency or the population of the country told them after the first 2 years.
Which happens. That's normal.
They came close to the center. They made a good decision.
Sure.
Okay.
That's not the case here.
It's not the case here.
No.
Not the case here.
Honestly, the only thing that gives me some...
And I don't get the impression that what's getting ready to happen in a couple of months when the election takes place, it's going to be...
It's going to get ugly.
It's going to be historic.
It's going to get ugly in a couple months.
Yeah.
For reals.
Yeah.
So, but what I was talking about... What the fuck was I talking about earlier? I was trying to make a point. Damn it.
Russian bear.
No, after that. It was, yeah. The President Blue is a figurehead. So, if we understand that President Blue is a figurehead,
right.
and, benefit of the doubt, he's having extra help besides just his general cabinet. No, I mean, what I mean by extra help is, the modern-day equivalent of the cancer man is somewhere in the fucking corner of the overall office.
He's like personal contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, that's
who the fuck is actually in charge? Is my question.
That's what we're dealing with right now.
Whatever this whole conspiracy
Uncle
theory.
Joe is really just a person of contact.
Yeah,
somebody else is steering this ship.
But that's my question. Is I know people talk about the shadow government, the cancer man, smoking man from X-Files, and all the other old white rich dudes, whatever the fuck. Look, at the end of the day, I don't care who you think it is. I don't care who you think the quote-unquote shadow government is, whether or not it is the rich white male elite, whether it's the fucking starseed people from the fifth dimension, Cthulhu, the Writers Association. I don't fucking care. My question is, I want to know who is actually flying the plane.
Well, I'm going to tell you something.
And how much coke are they smoking, because I want some. Because I am so confused.
Smoking coke. Believe it or not,
snorting coke, whatever.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I read this entire narrative before.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I just want to know who because I want them to stop.
Probably as early as 2018, I saw articles that talked about, hey, we want to return to yesterday. We want a leader of the free world that's a combination of everybody that's involved, and not just individual making decisions based on the advice they've been given. We actually want, and you ought to see.
Is this the same people? Are these the same people who are constructing an AI just to act as God? Are these the same people?
No.
I'm starting to get that vibe.
This was. They were basically saying we want to go back to having a president that is a part of the machine.
You fucking got it.
That's,
what
brick in the wall?
Yeah,
we don't want this. We don't want this individual leadership. I saw it in the press.
We have that.
We do now.
Yeah,
that was their argument for getting rid of the Orange Man and bringing in Sleepy Joe.
And they're saying it again.
Oh, they're not saying it now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, in context, you were making it sound like this was happening a couple of weeks ago.
No. This happened a couple of years ago. I saw the narrative in the press.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Not only do we have another brick in the wall, it's a pretty shitty wall that you already built up. Like I said, I don't care who the shadow government is. It has to be. There's an intern. The person flying the plane is an intern at the shadow government.
Name's Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. I want to drop a name that we're not supposed to say, but I'm not going to do it. Jimmy Roth.
Jimmy. Graham Cracker.
Jimmy Graham Cracker.
Johnson. No.
Because because it's all right, look, at the end of the day, you kind of want your people to live so you can keep making money.
Yeah.
And now people are not having on top of the whole, On top of the whole thing about, people quitting their jobs, not having enough money.
Oh, they're looking for jobs now.
No, they ain't looking for jobs. But here's the thing. Now, because of the whole gas bullshit, now they can't.
Yeah, now they can't.
Now they can't. Now we all gotta walk everywhere. It's going to get to the point where a huge majority of people can't afford cars, and that's even less money that's being generated.
They're going to show up at the social net office and fill out paperwork and go on the government trough.
Well, was that the plan the whole time? I don't fucking know, but I don't know. Just the way things are happening.
It was a contingency.
Look, here's my
I'm
whole
not saying
thing
whatever
is
these people are doing is specifically
the
designed,
end goal, but
they know
they're rolling with it.
They know the fallout of it.
Sure.
I mean, this stuff's been tested before.
I don't know. It's just this whole thing where if you're so fucking bad at, being the president that even your own party kind of regrets putting you in that spot.
It happens. He's just not charismatic enough. That's happened to the last two. The when he current Sleepy Joe was vice president.
Yeah. And I'm just
to a president that had the same issue the first 2 years.
I'm just like, is there an intern that's running the show that it's not this grand puppet master like the spider guy from Game of Thrones. It's just his assistant who's just winging it because they just got in through the door.
Well, see, the whole narrative related to that used to be until Orange Man.
No shit.
The narrative was, well, the reason that our guy is failing is because the other side's cheating.
And then Orange Man...
They're cheating.
Yeah, and then the Orange Man came in.
We've got the majority, but they're cheating.
Yeah, and then the Orange Man came in and just fucked all that up. And then the Orange
Man came in and blew all that whole media spin.
Mm-hmm. Whether or not you agree with it,
whether or not you agree with it, I don't really care.
I don't care
to be
either.
Perfectly honest,
all I know is gas was cheaper back then. That's all I gave a fuck about.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, that's all I gave a fuck about.
And
yeah, my whole thing was, look, as long as gas is cheap, I don't care if our president is threatening the internet with mean tweets or whatever's happening.
Well, a lot of people are going to think that way.
Sure, I'm just like, congratulations, we elected an internet troll into office, and this is the result. Do you people not live on the internet like I do?
Well, I don't know what they're doing in Ukraine because they got his previous job.
I don't fucking know.
Like an actor?
A comedian. They elected a comedian to be the Ukrainian president, and he said, I'm staying here with my troops. He's an actual comedian.
They did a Jon Stewart.
What the fuck are you... What? Explain.
They did a Jon Stewart.
Explain.
Back when Jon Stewart was big.
Yeah.
On The Daily Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were all these people that were talking about, hey, he should be president. Which was such a ludicrous suggestion.
Only if he took his entire writing staff with him.
That's a good point.
And I'd say the same thing for Colbert.
And I don't agree. But Jon Stewart, I don't agree with his. I don't agree with him some of the time. I don't agree with some of his
He's
positions.
less funny now, motherfucker.
So what? Mm-hmm. Okay. But to suggest that someone who is an entertainer
becomes president.
Because so what about Ronald Reagan? Well, Reagan was governor of California for a while before he. So logically,
we should elect Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, he can't because he was born in a foreign country.
I don't think anyone gives a fuck now.
Don't think they didn't try to. I understand what the right was saying with the former president Barack Obama, but there was a whole bunch of people that was really had taken a hammer and a chisel to the Constitution, trying to figure out a way to hammer Schwarzenegger in after he became governor. Of California.
I figured. I don't even know how.
They can say what they want to.
How did he even become governor of California if he was born in a foreign country?
It's a long story, but it was
legal.
What?
Okay,
whatever happened was legal with him, okay?
You know what? This is California. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying.
Look, California is a fucking... politically, it confuses me, and I don't even
It's
follow.
very confusing.
Yeah, I don't even follow politics, and that's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Because when you stop talking to all the people that get all the press, everybody else talks a little bit different. Honestly,
I know that. I'm just like, guys, come on. What are you doing?
I think 80% of that state's got their hat on straight, and 20% don't. But the
20% has all the money.
They got all the money, and they got all the power, and they control the elections. That's my opinion.
I hate everything.
I'm just saying. So
and people look at me weird when I tell them.
Oh yeah, they wanted Schwarzenegger to make a run on the presidency, but that
you know what?
There's just no way to get around it.
There's no way to get around it. No.
Okay. They played around with
the fucked up thing is he would have been a good president.
I don't think he would have been a terrible one, but I don't know. After he was, it depends. After he was governor of California, it is quite apparent.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to compare those two, if you want to compare Reagan and
Orange Man
and Schwarzenegger as governors of California, it is easy.
Yes.
I can tell you from my own observation, it is easy to determine which one of them is the actor and which one of them is the politician. Okay, so you can take that any way you want to.
Sure.
People, but.
It is.
But what they got going on over in the Ukraine is that the guy, it's my understanding,
their guy is a comedian.
There was no middle. I don't know. Was he like a tax assessor in a county or something like that? And then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, you actually played the president in a movie. Let's vote you in." And if that's the case, well, I'm gonna tell you something. People, the Ukraine has been. Not by my definition, but by many other sources called corrupt for a very long time. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying I've heard whispers on the wind about that. And then all of a sudden,
here's the thing.
Individual that a primary job was a comedian, now he's president of a country.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Odd.
It is odd. No, I don't. Honestly, here's the thing. I'm not hand waving away any sort of political corruption, but these are folks who are Russian adjacent.
Yeah.
And the Russians are.
Well, what I can't figure out.
They don't know. The Russians have no chill. Okay.
No, there's no chill.
There's no chill. There is
an authoritarian Russian. No, there is no chill.
No, it is.
It's bang right to the snout.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Do you think? Put it to you this way: do you think they punch you in the face first, or ask you a question first? You know what I'm
probably
saying?
At the same time.
Yeah, bang.
No, there's a reason why.
Hey, how you doing? That's their method of introduction.
Yeah, there's a reason why in modern mafia movies, why people are always shit scared of the Russians.
And in that area.
Because, that general area of the world, because, hey, guess what? They don't fuck around.
No.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sometimes people will play a game of fuck around and find out. They are not the fuck around find out. They are just the find out.
Woodland cutlery.
Yeah, there is no fuck around with the Russians. There is, hey, do this or find out.
Yeah.
Don't you mean fuck around? No. Knit.
You're bilingual.
I watch a shit ton of Life of Boris. I know how to cuss somebody out in Russian.
I got one of his. How's he doing?
Oh, he is very unhappy with the state of events.
I bet. Yeah, I meant to watch the last one. The last one he did, it flashed across my phone, but I hadn't got to it yet.
Yeah,
but he definitely crossed my mind before he did. I was like, gee, I wonder what this guy's doing.
He is not very happy with this. I don't think Boris from Life of Boris. I don't think he lives in Russia. I'm not sure. I'm not. He never made
Slavic mother.
He's a Slavic motherfucker regardless. Yeah. He teaches people how to make plov and furring with red coat, or hairy with fur coat.
Well.
And soyaka. That's some Slavic shit, and most of it, it does look awesome. Like, I would definitely like to make plov one day, because it looks awesome.
Well, all those episodes of him slinking around through trees.
Yes. Where he's in the zone.
He doesn't realize that he's actually created something that's going to keep people alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
That's cool.
I legitimately hope Boris does take solace in the fact that, all his, joking and all that, him and, what the fuck's his cousin's name?
Jurgen.
No. It's, shit.
So we can make fun of Russian people. Isn't that crazy?
What? We're back where we started?
Yes.
100 years ago?
It drives me bananas.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't make fun of anybody from the Orient. Oh, did you say Orient? No, you mean Asia. Oh, yeah. Can't make fun of anybody from Asia. Can't make fun of anybody from South Texas. Can't make fun of anybody from north of Michigan. Can't make, blah, blah, blah.
Anatoly.
But now I can make fun of Russian people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now it's cool again.
Now it's cool
Yeah,
again.
fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Boris and Anatoly. His cousin Anatoly.
Moose and squirrel. Oh.
Yeah, where do you think that shit came from, people? Fuck. Anyway, so.
Oh, hey.
But no.
We can be assholes as long as we target
the right people.
The right
Man,
people.
Fuck that.
I know it's
a fucking drag.
No, it's a drag. It's like it's all or none.
Yeah.
It's just like the whole.
Whatever.
It's like the whole. I'm sorry this animal didn't meet your criteria as in the cute animals.
Sure.
So you don't think they need protection. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the people who, they want to donate to every animal shelter. We gotta save the puppies and the kittens. But as soon as I say, hey, there's like an endangered species, like an offshoot of a ball python, can we get some money? And all of a sudden, you're on a budget. You know what I mean? It's like, just because something doesn't qualify as cute, I think corn snakes are cute.
Right.
They have really nice patterns on their scales, and they're dumb as fuck.
Martyr.
Yeah. I think tegu lizards are cute.
Corn snakes.
And tegus are basically they're basically lizard dogs. I am not fucking with you. They are iguana-looking motherfuckers the size of small dogs that you can train to play fetch.
I no longer have a daughter.
Fuck you.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
But as soon as I start talking about the corn snakes and the tegu, all of a sudden, you don't want to pony up the dough to help save them.
Dough, man, to save them, yeah.
Save them from the Florida man people.
Ooh.
God damn it. Oh.
Turn them into either a hat or dinner.
You ain't eating the tegu.
Anyway.
So that's kind of that's the whole thing that just pisses me off.
Yeah, I know.
Like, just because it's not in style. It's not in, it's out.
Well, I'm just saying it is what it is. Okay.
But sometimes it is what it could be. Like, I like to wear flare pants.
Uh-oh.
And just because flares aren't in style, I don't give a fuck. It fits my legs.
Okay. So, we can make fun of Russians.
Technically, according to the short trader, of whom we do not speak his name, we can technically now make fun of the, folk who are south of Russia.
Oh.
Apparently now it's cool again to make fun of the people that are south of Russia.
Like,
because of the
country that the trader whose name was, so we can make fun of him.
Yeah, that reminds me, I gotta share you that bit.
They already kicked him out.
Yeah, that's because then he said, oh, hey.
They kicked him out years.
They kicked him out.
They revoked his citizenship years ago.
And then all of a sudden, about a month or so ago, he starts talking about how we can now, go ahead and start hating on people south of Russia again. It's like,
okay.
Oh, good. I now have permission to do exactly what the fuck I was doing before. Yeah,
now we can get rid of all the zombies. In the movies and games.
Well, that's South
Yeah.
Korea. That's different.
No, I'm just saying.
Hang on, where is it?
That's the draw. All you Walking Dead fanatics. Ooh, we're gonna get some hate mail on this one. I say
I don't like The Walking Dead.
I say that we kill zombies because we can't kill. We need a common enemy as individuals and a species. And zombies have been covering that ground for a very long time. So, hey, from here on, it's people from east of Ukraine.
I guess so. Alright, I'm going to send you the video that I initially saw it on. If you want to do some homework on it, that's your decision. But I'm not going to delve any deeper into this than I already have.
Okay.
So, there you go.
I don't have my phone.
I know. This is going to be for later.
Later.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I get it. The whole common enemy, death is the enemy, all that stuff, zombies. Granted, Train to Busan is amazing. Actually, the majority of the zombie movies that come out of South Korea is amazing. Just because they put their own spin on it. Yeah,
That's just
like
great.
in general.
Yeah, it really is good. They've turned into quite a economic juggernaut.
Yes, good.
We know people from there.
Yes,
Well,
we did.
So,
Like even to this day, I'm still trying to learn Hangul and whatnot because I want to go over there. I want to go eat in their restaurants.
yeah, that would be fun.
I want some soup. They gonna give me some soup. So, I don't know. It's just, honestly, it's not that I don't care about the current war effort over yonder. It's just
nothing's going to change for months.
No, nothing's going to change for months.
I mean, unless there's some type of nuclear explosion, either based on them raiding these power plants versus
I legitimately want to see them attempt some kind of in real life death match somewhere in the exclusion zone of Chernobyl. I want to see them try.
We go to Highlander in this bitch.
Uh-huh.
All right, your best against our best.
Yeah.
And,
we're going to the exclusion zone.
Don't you have a guy that rides horses without a shirt? Bring him.
Yeah, bring him. We'll bring our guy, who's a comedian.
Yeah, a comedian.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh no, the timing of this thing is so. I mean, the whole. Here's what it does. Okay, the whole. I'm not saying it's genius. What I am saying is that if it wasn't done on purpose, it's quite a coincidence, okay?
Indeed.
The market is rolling over here in North America, which means the entire globe.
Just get over it, people.
Just get over it, people. All right. It may last 6 months. It may last 8 months. It may last for the rest of the year. I don't know.
God, I hope not, because I got shit to do.
I got shit to do. I'm trying to make some money.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere this summer for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I can come with you probably.
Exactly. So, what's happening is
I want to clear 50K by next year.
Plus with the last in my opinion, current administration in the White House has not been successful. At least in a publicity has not been successful. So this war, quote unquote, this conflict will allow them.
Yeah,
it will allow everybody to focus on something else. So I think the head Russian bear, I think him understanding these two dynamics. Said if you're going to do it, now's the time. Okay, they're going to be worried about their economy.
Yes.
They're going to be concerned about their questionable leaders' success and policies.
Sure.
And so I'm going to do, because they're going to have their hands full with that. And basically, there is a matter of the current administration actually accepting these actions.
And just letting it happen.
And just letting it happen based on how much cover it will give them.
Well, that might actually happen just due to the fact that I have heard a bunch of people, not a bunch of people near me personally, just there is a very strong opinion of don't intervene.
Right.
Going on, not just here, but also in the Ukrainian conflict.
Well, I mean,
obviously, they want Russia to stop doing what they're doing, but there's also a strong voice of people saying, "Hey, don't interfere. Let us do our own shit. We got Fred and his fucking tractor towing away howitzers. We're fine."
Right.
And well, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that. I'm just saying I think if we get to the point where, this is definitely going to get flagged by YouTube at some point. If the conflict happening between the bears and the cranes reach the point of genocide, then it's like, hey, can we just go ahead and say, hey, don't do that?
I don't think we're going to go that far.
I'm just saying, like, if worse comes to worse.
I mean, that is the worst.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if it gets to the point of genocide, then let's go, hey, can you just
there are going to be agencies that are going to
advocate for it.
Not advocate. They're going to say that's what's taking place.
Of course.
Okay, and anytime you when non-military personnel pass by actions of the other side's military personnel, they're going to claim that, you're trying to kill us all and eliminate our tribe and blah. That's not going to happen, okay, because the Ukraine and basically what's happening in the Ukraine, for lack of a better expression, is a disagreement between the people who live there. There are people that want to be a part of Russia, and there are people that do not.
Yes.
And but they're all related.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you start targeting people who are just on the other, got a toe on the other side of the line.
Yeah.
That would be a bad idea. I mean, I know it does, as long as it looks like collateral damage.
Sure.
But if there is a calculated, functional system set up to start exterminating these people, that'll be something completely different. I don't think that's. I don't
even know how it would be reprimanded because the UN is just fucking useless now. Here's the thing. Go ahead.
No, it was a little bit different in World War II. I mean, it was a completely different tribe of people that the aggressors in World War II were trying to eliminate.
It was ethno-religion versus...
Technically, yes. I mean, there was a distant relationship, but not really.
Sure.
But these people are they're the same people. Mm-hmm. They're the same families. They're the same, communities, languages. One's called red and one's called blue, but they're, it's two wings of the same bird.
Sure.
So, I don't think it's going to get to that.
I hope not, because like I said,
really
the UN is useless. Let's just face it.
The UN's always been useless.
Here's the thing. In the past, you could you could attempt to make the argument it's not, that it does help and contribute and opens channels of communications, but with Russia basically just saying, hey, I do what I want. Yeah, it basically just rendered the UN completely useless because there was no as far as I'm concerned, no open channels of dialogue.
Well,
no one tried to talk the head Russian bear out of his position on invading the Ukraine. Ukraine, didn't go, hey, you better not do that, or I'm gonna have my buddy over here, come
Right.
back me up. No, there was nothing.
Right.
It was just, boom, we're going in.
No.
And nothing's being done.
No. Not
So,
really.
the fuck?
I mean, they're sending them, weapons and donuts.
No shit.
But
That's it.
that's it. I don't know. What I can't figure out.
Where's all the money going?
There's a whole lot of money involved.
Yeah, no shit.
Ukraine has been historically a very, since its inception, a very, quote unquote, corrupt government. And what I can't figure out is why the aggressor government didn't just buy them off. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they didn't have enough grease for the wheels.
I don't know.
Or maybe this is cheaper.
Maybe this is cheaper.
Maybe they thought this was the cheaper calculated risk versus
It's really strange. There's something else going on here. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't make any sense.
No,
because my attitude is so what's Russia going to do? They're going to fight their way all the way to the western Ukraine border, and then stop.
And then stop at where Poland?
Yes.
Yeah.
The outskirts of Poland, and then play nice neighbor. I mean,
we're so well last time.
That's such a. It's a possibility, but I just,
Worked so fucking well last time.
It's best case scenario, but the fact of the matter is, I don't know. They're cutting Russia off from the rest of the world finance systems. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of the only way you can, throw weight around anymore is, the banks just going, hey, stop it, don't, no, okay, no money for you.
Yeah,
no money for you.
No credit for you.
Nope. And that hadn't stopped him yet.
Sabotaging his credit rating.
Yeah. Ooh. But it isn't stopping them. So what do you want?
And they're still selling their oil to countries outside of Russia, so they're getting paid somehow.
Yeah, they're getting paid somehow.
Whatever.
Yeah, that might also be why gas is getting to almost $5-6 a gallon. Is we're funding the war effort.
That's part of it.
Fuck.
So there you go.
I hate everything.
I know.
I hate everything.
It'll get better. It will.
This is why I ignore everything, so I don't just get upset at shit that I can't fix.
No.
Awareness without action is just wasted mental energy, and this is why I don't look at the fucking news, except for the bullet points. Ah!
Right.
Well, see, we're about just under an hour in, and I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
Yeah.
I'm just getting wound up, and I just need to not be wound up. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see me just rolling in my chair, just like, just rolling back and forth.
Rolling.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite self-soothing, is just rocking in a chair, side to side or front to back, whatever.
Chair rocker.
Yeah. Did I talk about Daredevil last week?
You said something about it.
Okay, no, I guess, I don't know, I guess we could spend, we could do a little transition on that.
Something lighthearted.
Yeah, something semi-lighthearted. About a week or so ago, I started watching, the Netflix Daredevil.
Right.
And, first season actually is pretty good,
Right.
I was mildly surprised, cause, it was just, hyped out of proportion when it first came out.
Was the individual playing the title character, was he blind?
You mean actually blind?
Yes.
Like the actor?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, boo.
Hey, I don't want to get into that. It's like, here's the thing.
Did he actually have acid thrown in his face as a kid? No. Boo. Boo. Yeah. You see where all this stuff is
I
going?
know.
Crying out.
Yeah, I know. Like, look, I get it. I get it.
I'm sorry.
You know, I get it. That whole argument of, that whole argument of, blank type of person should only be played by blank type of person.
Right.
And then
it's like, really?
it's like, here's the thing. The answer isn't no. The answer isn't,
right.
I don't want this to happen.
Right. No,
it's like,
exactly.
It's like, we have to have someone who is actually wheelchair bound play someone who is wheelchair bound in the movie. It's like, here's the thing. That's not an option.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Not an option.
Yeah,
right.
that is totally an option.
If it presents itself.
Am
I going to give special...
Yeah. Our casting director is going to go out of their way to find someone who is aesthetically pleasing while they're in a coma to play someone aesthetically pleasing while they're in a coma? No. Also, a quote, little story that applies here, leads into a quote.
Right.
I don't know what movie this was.
Yeah.
But it had Dustin Hoffman in it and Laurence Olivier.
Really?
Late and great Laurence Olivier in it. I don't know what movie this was.
I don't either.
But it was definitely before I existed, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where Dustin Hoffman's character is just really, really fucking tired.
Yeah. And
Dustin Hoffman spent the entire night before just exercising, drinking coffee, doing everything he can to not sleep.
Right.
You know, that whole method acting type deal?
Sure.
Which it can be a little bit, a lot of bit detrimental to one's personal and mental health if taken too far.
Why, yes.
He did that. And you know what? He showed up on set. He was tired as hell. Except he was so tired that he couldn't get his lines right. He kept fucking the scene up.
Uh-huh.
Laurence Olivier, being Laurence motherfucking Olivier,
yes,
goes over to Dustin Hoffman. Yeah. He's clearly pissed because they're wasting an entire day of shooting because he decided to be a dumbass.
Yeah.
And he says to Dustin Hoffman, "It's called acting, son. You should try it sometime." And that is exactly my response to that conundrum of blankety blank type person should only be played by a blankety blank type actor.
Right.
It's called acting.
Dun, 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 dun,
these people are not being excluded.
Good night, folks. Dun, dun,
yeah.
Dun, dun.
They're not being excluded. They're not being, well, in some instances they are, but that's not my decision to make.
Oh, really?
So they're not really being excluded. It's not that they're unconsidered. It's just, it's like Kenneth Branagh doing colorblind Shakespearean movies.
Right.
Where it wasn't As You Like It. It was one of the other ones. It had Denzel Washington in it, Kenneth Branagh, Keanu Reeves in it.
All right.
Miss Money Sterling, who I keep forgetting her actual fucking name, but I keep calling her Miss Money Sterling from The Young Ones.
Oh, Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson was in it. And it's like, well, it's Shakespearean, so, you don't see a lot of colorblind casting with stuff like that. And even the first Thor movie.
Yeah. Sure.
Heimdall, played by Iblis.
Oh.
That got a lot of shit from all these, Puritan Odin motherfuckers. Who were
purists.
Who were secretly Nazis, by the way.
I don't know if that's fair.
Oh, no, that's actually true.
Wow.
That is unfortunately
true. Have any more water.
Hmm?
You were water intoxicated.
No, I'm not water intoxicated. You know what water intoxicated looks like.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that brew a whole shitstorm because these group of motherfuckers who somehow combined Norse paganism and Nazism, which is two things I didn't think you could put together, but they did it.
What?
Yes, and it's like, they just blew a whole shitstorm over that, and it's like, he was the best guy to play Heimdall! What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
He was the best guy who showed up at the casting call and did his best, and he got the part. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You know, it should be the best person for the job should get the job. No matter who they are, what they look like, sometimes, unfortunately. And that's it.
Yeah.
But anyway. No, the guy playing Daredevil was not actually legally blind.
Shit.
But he is kind of cute, and I'm slightly concerned by that.
Oh, no. Oh, I see.
Sure. But no, season 1 was actually just really good.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit into season 2. And, yeah, okay, I'm not going to give too many spoilers, but season 1, it's Daredevil versus Kingpin, okay? That's how it is.
Sure.
You know?
Right.
Kingpin and Daredevil, they're kind of like, you know, as far as I know, it's like Spider-Man and the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the most commonly put together villain and hero. You know, Batman and the Joker.
Of that title, yeah.
Of that title, you know, and whoever the fuck Wolverine fights on a daily basis, probably Magneto, but I think that's just X-Men in general.
Who knows?
Yeah, you would know more.
Oh, Sabretooth.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Sabretooth and Omega Red.
Who the fuck is Omega Red? No, I'm not getting off track. I'm not getting off track. Anyway.
He's Russian.
Man, fuck this show. Man, I need some ramen and I need to calm down. Anyway, so season 2 starts off with a literal bang because guess who Daredevil's nemesis is?
Who?
Frank Castle.
Oh.
The Punisher.
I can see that.
Right out of the gate. It's ugly. It is violent. It's like, oh, Jesus, who the hell is this kid? Now, first they set it up as like, this militant army is gunning down all these gangsters in Hell's Kitchen. And then it's like, no, it's one man, one guy. Who has that much firepower? It's Frank Castle. It's like,
man,
oh, shit.
When Punisher showed up, it lit up the comic book community.
Yes, it did.
It really did. I mean, it was like, guy.
Was there really like an actual, well, yes, there have been, there's heroes, there's anti-heroes. Basically, hero would be like Spider-Man, who's good at hard, he pulls his punches, he doesn't want to send anyone, he wants to send you to the hospital and get arrested. He doesn't want you dead or paralyzed.
Correct. Right.
You know, and then you got Wolverine, who just didn't give a shit.
Well,
he got in his way, he capped your ass with his claws.
The first one Wolverine eliminated was a child molester.
No shit.
So it pushed him and pushed him and pushed him, and then introduced him to that character.
And he was like,
that was the first. To my understanding, that was the first kill of Wolverine.
They gave moral justification.
First murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they gave moral justification.
But Frank Castle just shows up and starts blasting everybody.
Does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the difference.
He gets the guilty person and a couple people that are kind of accessories.
And then there's the collateral damage.
Exactly, and then he just shows up and starts blasting. That's it.
Yeah, that's the difference between being a hero.
Yeah, there's no crossroads. There's no struggle with morality.
There is just, you're dead.
Yeah, you're dead. Frank Castle shows up, you're dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so when they made the little reveal of it being Frank Castle, I just went, it was like sake.
Punisher t-shirts everywhere. Everybody. A good 30%. When you would go out into public, a good 30% of the shirts you would see at like a mall or out on Main Street. Punisher shirts. Punisher was really big.
Apparently,
and then got cool.
Yeah.
And then that whole fad just took off and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're actually thinking about redesigning the Punisher logo.
Okay.
Because apparently, and this is kind of segueing a little bit back into the political bullshit that I may or may not agree with.
Right.
Honestly, I just don't care.
Right.
Okay, I know a big hot button topic nowadays is the police.
Yeah.
And whether you're for or against, Blue Lives Matter and all that other stuff. And apparently, whoever, I don't know if it's the actual creator of the Punisher or just his current writers.
Right.
But they're basically taking an issue that apparently a lot of people who are in the Red Party and a lot of police members are adopting the Punisher logo and accepting their ideals.
Oh yeah.
And then the current writers of the Punisher is like, Frank Castle don't give a fuck if you wear the uniform or if you're wearing a ski mask trying to steal something. If you're getting away with shit that you shouldn't be, he's gonna shoot you.
Right.
So they're thinking about redesigning his logo. So if you just see something brand new in the next couple of weeks or months,
you got
like a new Punisher logo, that's what it is.
Oh, it depends on how you project that type of image into culture.
Indeed.
You have something like Frank Castle. You have the other alternative, Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Which is bad guys killing worse guys.
Well, technically,
and that's all Frank Castle
then there's
is.
Dexter.
And then there's...
Which is like, can
Dexter.
we not?
Yeah.
At least the Boondock Saints and Frank Castle, they
what always
just
got
shoot
people?
you.
People would just slobber all over me. Hey man, you watch Dexter? I said no. Yeah, but you don't understand.
Honestly,
it's a guy that he
it's
kills
a serial killer that kills other serial killers.
It's a serial killer that kills other serial killers.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got Frank Castle for that.
Get off me.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
It was like, all right, okay.
And they're bringing Dexter back.
Back
apparently.
up. Back up.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've only seen one arc of Dexter, and the only reason I even gave it a look-see at it was because John Lithgow was the targeted serial killer for the main character. And I like John Lithgow.
Yeah, sure.
I remember watching clips of Third Rock from the Sun when I was a kid. He's the voice of Lord Farquaad. He was
the bad guy in Buckaroo Banzai.
He was the bad guy in Buckaroo Banzai. I fucking hate that movie. It's not a terrible movie, quote unquote. It's just, it breaks my fucking brain.
It's so bad it's good kind of thing.
Yeah, Yeah, like I said, that movie is like the way Buckaroo Banzai operates. It's like they made the whole movie, shot everything in the script, got all the effects, and then the editor took out 1/3 of the plot and sent the other 2/3 out into the theaters, and that's what we get.
Oh.
There is just so much shit that just comes out of nowhere that needs context, that is not given context.
Right.
And it is just, what?
You want the director's cut.
I want the director's cut. It's like, where do these electroids come from? Why are they called John? Who the fuck are these Jamaican people? Where'd that helicopter come from? Does Buckaroo Banzai have schizophrenia? Anyway. I only watched it because it had RoboCop, Jeff Goldblum, and Clancy Brown in it. And John Lithgow.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's literally why I watched it.
Yep.
And I think I'm a worse person because of it.
I'm sure there's a class action lawsuit going on somewhere.
They tried to make a TV show out of it.
Yeah.
And honestly and truly, no. Here's the thing. If they had made it a TV show, and of course it was being spearheaded by who the fuck? Silent Bob. It was being spearheaded by him.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Silent Bob. It was being spearheaded initially by Silent Bob, and then I guess the studio just said... Kevin Smith, yeah. Okay. And I guess the studio in question, whoever it was, just said, you know what? No, we're not doing this. If they'd made it a TV show and had broken it down in parts and provided context...
Sure.
It would be amazing. Because it is already so weird and esoteric and abstract. All it just needs is context.
Right.
That's it. You know?
It's possible.
It just needs more backstory. You know? Yeah. Would it be amazing? Amazing? Probably not. But I would watch it. Just because, look, if it makes sense, I would watch it. Make it make sense.
Right. Make it make sense.
So anyway. I would talk more about Daredevil, except they took it off of Netflix, and I can't watch it.
They did 3 seasons, right?
They did 3 seasons of it. I don't know what the hell happened in season 3. All I know is season 1 is Kingpin. Currently, it's Frank Castle. The second season, I don't think he stays too terribly long after season 2.
Right.
Season 3, I don't know what that one's about. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe that's when the Defenders crossover starts to happen. Is it season 3 of Daredevil, when it's just
probably
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and the Iron Fist motherfucker, whatever his name is.
Paul.
Yes. Iron Fist is named Paul.
Anyway.
So anyway. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of had I wonder if we're going to be right back. I mean, what's going to change over the next week,
I honestly don't.
Market's not going to change.
Market's not going to fucking change. We got to learn how to short.
Yeah,
we have got to learn how to short.
I'm working on that.
I know. I'm grabbing everything off the website. You're figuring out how to short because you will definitely figure it out before I will.
I will figure it out.
I know how to do it using Kraken. Like, on a technical level, I know how to set it up.
Excuse me.
But in terms of when to do it, like the chart ability of how to do it, I got nothing. I know how to do it on a technical level, meaning I know how to set it up on a computer.
Well, the big dives.
Everything else, I'm like.
I would imagine the big setups for shorts are coming.
Yes,
because
they are.
The market's in a down bias, and there are products. Anything you can trade. Sometimes I just say product because
sure, it's just simple.
It's just simple. Products, trading products that will make a run and they will fall.
Yep.
So gotta look for those.
Excuse me. Shit.
I feel sorry for Main Street traders right now. Excuse me. Yeah, Main Street traders right now.
Yeah.
I got a couple of friends. They're very frustrated. I keep trying to tell them.
You tell them don't.
I tell them don't. Don't get crazy.
But they don't listen to you.
No, but they don't listen to me. But they don't have the time in that I put in, And, I mean, part of me would probably be like that too.
Oh, I know.
Before, I figured out what the markets are doing. So, we'll see.
Yeah, this is kind of why I'm just, coasting, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing what I'm supposed to, but the problem is that since we're in a down bias, it frustrates me because it's like, this is what I'm supposed to look for.
Right.
These are the signs that indicate get in, and then I get in, but it doesn't do the follow-up. But that's because we're in a downward bias, about to roll off the table.
I would say basically where we are with some of the products that we're looking at is that because the momentum is so tight against zero, is that we are looking at the bottom.
We're on the bottom.
We're on the bottom.
Wait, I thought it. Wait, so the market already rolled off the table?
No. That individual products.
Oh, well, I'm just talking about coins.
Sideways.
Yeah, I'm just talking about coins, really.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And there's a bunch of cryptocurrencies that are just going to absolutely crash and go into non-existence because they were all. Unfortunately, there were. It's just like the late '90s. I'm going to tell you, it is exactly like the late '90s, where this .com and that .com and this .com and that .com came up, and people were throwing money at it hand over fist, and about 90% of all that crashed, and 10% stayed.
Yeah.
And the key to what we're trying to do is be aware of that 10%. Of that 10%.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with stuff like Ethereum and Atom.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to crash. Not unless something dramatic happens.
No, not unless something dramatic happens.
You know, I've been just fucking around with these negative, like these 3 zeros after the point coins.
Yeah.
You know, hoping that I'll, it'll, doing the whole trading thing and hoping it just spikes up to a cent and then I make $300.
Right.
It's like, man, I can't even do that because of this downward bias. Man, this pisses me off. So,
yeah. But it'll be over before you know it.
I just have to survive till then. Because here's the thing I will tell you true, because this is stuff that just makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Before I got this job as a trainer, well, okay, I shouldn't say that 100% because when I was at the retail joint, I did feel this a little bit. Not as much at the warehouse job. Unless there was just a complete societal collapse, that warehouse job was probably going to stay. I'm slightly concerned about the being a personal trainer because unless someone is just obscenely wealthy or needs it, fundamentally understands that having a trainer is far cheaper than hospital bills and medication bills and
right.
insurance on top of that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna get. When times are tough, there's gonna be less and less people come to see me.
Usually.
And that's what I'm worried about.
Well, we'll find out in the next 6 months. Can't last forever.
I know it can't last forever. I'm just like, please don't make me get an actual job. Like, life, please don't make me do that again. I mean, yes, this is a job. I don't like hitting a time clock. I don't like working for under other people. You know, like, I know I'm meant to be here. It's just, this is bullshit.
There.
So.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of what's been on my mind as well.
I know, it's mine too. Just gotta be patient.
Yeah. You're fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm just like,
Normally I'm not.
I know.
Because I honestly believe I see what I see. And
good.
And
honestly, I personally would feel better if we learned how to short. Because if we learned how to short, then I'd be like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
3 clients a week, I don't care.
Right.
Tell my boss, yeah, I don't care.
Right.
So, that's another thing. I know I already made the oath of not worrying, and I'm not, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, this is a very peculiar time. I decided to make that promise to myself that I would just stop worrying about money because I know how this works. But the problem is it's not working as intended. So, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
You know.
Feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I want ramen or not.
Gotcha.
So. All right. I'm petered out, thank God.
Yeah. So take that.
Yep. You got anything else?
I'm good.
Alrighty. Well, that's it, folks. I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Bye.